All right, guys, I gotta show you the keyboard we're looking at today. So a little intro to the keyboard we're looking at today. It is called the Icebreaker by Serene Industries. And I was introduced to the project I feel like a long time ago at this point. It is such an interesting project. I've been keeping tabs on it. I have the pleasure of looking at it today. It is a super, super interesting project. Let me preface this by, I don't think this is gonna be everyone's cup of tea. Maybe it is. I think it hits all the right notes for something visually interesting, very functional, and which feels like a passion project in a lot of ways too. And there's a lot of cool, interesting things about this board that I think we're all gonna really enjoy today, not just the aesthetics. Is it a absolute perfect project? I don't know. We're gonna take a look today. We're gonna kind of deconstruct it all. But it is super pretty. It is a little bit expensive, but I think it's valid for how expensive it is. So I'm gonna go grab it. 1 second. Let me go get it right now. It is a very interesting looking keyboard. It is, in my opinion, very unique. And I think in the world of all the keyboards we've been doing, this really stands out to me. And it's Hall effect, which I thought was really cool as well. So a little, I won't say history, because if you guys want to read the website, you guys can. They say it's like a minimal, brutal shape kind of thing, preserving the purity of form. You guys can read all that fluff if you'd like. To kind of go over a few things, we'll start off with, I'm sure everyone's wondering how much this thing costs. Here's the thing, I also was like 1,500's a lot. Hear me out, it's not just the case you're getting. It's these are metal keycaps. I just think that I can personally justify this price. They're metal keycaps that have all been custom made for this. The metal keycaps also are perforated. I don't know if you guys can really see that. They're perforated to let the light through as well. And you get the stabilizers, you get all the switches. Everything's included in the price, which makes me feel a lot better considering these are like pretty custom keycaps. And I'm going to say this, even if we put the keyboard aside, getting a good set of metal keycaps, and I want to give them credit to this because this is also really big. Getting a good set of metal keycaps that's done well, and believe it or not, I actually did some testing of the keycaps before the stream. It is incredibly difficult. I've seen so many people fail at metal keycaps. Remember those last batches of metal keycaps we looked at? So I want to just give them kudos for making the metal keycaps work. Now, is this comfortable? We'll take more of a look at the keyboard and all around it too. I would say, yeah, it's comfy. I have to get used to the low profile keycaps. I think I'd probably end up switching out for cherry or something. But no, it doesn't sound metallic. I will show you guys. We can do an immediate sound test if you guys would like. There's no point in beating around the bush. I have to get used to this profile.
Me and all the homies pitched
nice.
in for one of those because we needed a little ramp exactly that size to do kickflips off of. Call that skateboard.
It definitely feels like what you'd find on a low profile board. Whatever you want to call that, low profile switches. Or low profile keycaps. However, it's just using regular switches underneath. So we can unplug this and I can show you guys. It's just using regular switches. Like, well, they're using switches that are Hall effect. But yeah, dude. Very, very impressed with this. The construction of these keycaps alone is impressive. You also get a rotary encoder. Now, one thing I was a little bit wary about this rotary encoder was, does it kind of wobble? And it does seem like if I put pressure on it, it kind of moves, as you guys can see. So that's just me as I'm bringing it around. But I was really playing around with this, and it seems to have a pretty good center of access over here, so it doesn't really scrape. Because I know like Geist, for example, had a rotary encoder that did kind of scrape a bit. So that was nice to see. And there'll be some stuff I'm going to point out. Icebreaker. And then you get some small little text. I love the screws they use for these. Loved them. These are lovely screws. They feel very high quality, and I was a little worried. I'm like, okay, let's see how these all feel, and they feel great. And then we got the bottom. So this is supposed to be the feet. Now, obviously I want to address everything that I possibly can. Oh, did I put this maybe upside down? I took this apart once already, and the reason being is because Transit, by the way, this is not Serene Industries' fault at all. Transit was so rough to this poor board, and the board is actually in a, it was in a Pelican case. Transit hated this board. Like, the box itself was so fucked up that even some of the screws were getting loose. Not these screws, but internal screws, like just normal screws to hold down like the rotary encoder. One thing I did notice was the feet popped out a little bit. And the feet are part of this block of silicone on the inside, which I'll show you guys later. And it did look like the silicone feet, to me, I'm like, okay, maybe this is the way they're supposed to be. Maybe you're not supposed to use feet at all. Maybe this is just like a peek to the inside. These are supposed to be feet. The feet are probably, again, I've already taken a look at most of this just because I wanted to make sure everything was okay because I heard screws rattling around. And yeah, it's fine. It's probably the thing I'd change the most about this particular keyboard, which, by the way, they already told me they're aware of the feet and they're working on new ones. And if anyone ends up picking up the first 50 of them that come out, they'll be shipped out the new block of silicone with the fixed feet down the road. They said they'll probably do that. I'm not going to promise because I'm not the company, but they said they'd do that. Now, the other thing was alignment. I've noticed that this, with enough play, and I'll tell you guys why, this kind of shifts around a little bit. And I was thinking, why is that? And the reason being is because this, I think, it doesn't absolutely need it because I doubt you're going to be holding it and pushing it down through the middle. But if you do push it, it does kind of bend in the center over here. So I don't think this would ruin the aesthetic. Probably just 2 more screws sitting right over here, I think would help just hold this shape a bit more. Lights off? Oh, do you guys want to see with the lights off too? Here, before I take it apart, then I'll flip it over one more time. I mean, that's awesome that we get to see the letters because it has perforated holes in the metal keycaps. All right, one thing we have to watch out for as we take this off, and this is the other small little pain point. Here, I'll kind of show you guys. Is this cable right over here? If this was me personally, I would probably make this cable an inch longer. That way there, you can fully lift this up and have it sit upright without it sitting so taut. Because right now, I feel like someone who is maybe going to go in here just to test things out might rip that out. So the case basically sits as a, essentially like a tray mount, which is interesting, but it sits on this big silicone base over here. Really big silicone base. The silicone base also acts as the foot, but as you guys can see, because this is a thinner piece of metal that it sits on, it is a little bit more movable, and keeping this on, and I had this on at one point, but just even handling the board to reassemble it, and maybe I just don't know all the ins and outs, but I'm gonna be honest, that's probably gonna be everyone who picks it up. Having this, I know this is already gonna be fixed, but, or a fix is being worked on, I should say. I think these just need to be a little bit taller so they can grip the bottom of this more so it stays in place. Now for Hall effect switches, it doesn't really matter because you kind of want that. You want the stability of your plate, but it's sitting on an aluminum plate as well. And then it comes with some lubricated stabilizers. I believe these are Duroc. Tray mount in 2024 is an L. I'm kind of on team for Hall effect anyways though. Like, hear me out for Hall effect. I'm not against using tray mount, but also I'm also not really like we've had really cool tray mount boards. There's been some really interesting ones. I think more than anything too, this is an awesome like little statement piece. This is not damage or anything. This is from the foam in the package. The what's it called? Pelican case. Like I said, it didn't have the best. I guess this is where the battery would go, huh? If you wanted a wireless version of this. That's an interesting take on how to do a battery cover. Cool. What's the target audience for this project? So, that was going to be the last talking piece I had, and we can bring it up now since you asked. I don't know. I think the target audience is probably just going to be someone who just wants something that's a statement piece on their desk that is fully functional. Same audience as probably the Noland N1. Maybe this is a little easier to digest than the Noland, because the Noland from a lot of standpoints, it was hard to type on. This isn't hard to type on. This is pretty standard to type on. Again, maybe we'll reserve that final judgment for when we switch keycaps to something I'm more familiar with. But I think this is going to be for someone who just wants something pretty on their desk and likes this particular style. Yeah, and I will say this too, guys, and I'm not slamming anything else by saying this. I have seen some expensive projects. For example, like the Geist, there's been just a whole bunch of really expensive stuff. Some that not even I've shown on stream. And some that have just been regular keyboards that have been really, really expensive. I would probably say this is among the few, to me, where the price point for what you're getting doesn't feel bad. Like it sort of makes sense because you're getting keycaps and switches and stabilizers, and they're not just regular keycaps. They're keycaps fully designed for this particular board and made of metal and really, really cool. And that's not to justify, like it doesn't mean buy one right now, but I feel like it helps. Maybe justify is the right word. Justify the price of the keyboard. All right, I'm gonna find some keycaps for this. I actually am thinking something like Striker, or I don't know, maybe something more colorful. I really don't mind using this. I feel like this will look very, very fun on this. I actually do want to use this set today. Yeah, I actually really think this would look cool with the orange accents on it. Now, obviously, we're not going to have any backlighting on this because these GMK sets don't have any backlighting. Oh, wait, this is a split backspace. Ooh.
Alex no likey the tilde.
Dude, was it Pars who said that earlier? If this had a trackpad? Dude, if this had a trackpad on it, that is actually a really sick suggestion, but I feel like that's just a lot to implement. And imagine having a trackpad over here. I wonder if... Hear me out, Dennis. I'm sorry to say this. It's just an idea. You take out the battery and you make a cutout instead. Working on it, adding the trackpad in the future. Never mind, I'll just shut up because apparently it's already been thought of. Let's see what this sounds like now that we switched out to GMK. I expect it to be a pretty big change, but... Like, yeah, the alphas are a bit sharp, but I feel like that's just HE. Might be the best HE keyboard I've ever heard. That's crazy. What a compliment, though. That's actually a really good point, too, that I never thought of. Is there going to be an option to just buy the case with nothing else in it? Like no keycaps, no switches, nothing like that. That's actually a really good question, Keep Science. Such a unique passion project, wild take, and I love the execution. Yeah, I agree. Love the execution of this. Although I think my camera is really not liking the LEDs on this. It's like blowing out the orange for the LEDs here. Although we can turn them off if you want, but I kind of love this. Dude, it's really nice, right? You guys have a good one. Take care. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.